I can still hear his voice, the way my father's words cut deeper than any blade. "You ruined our family!" he yelled, veins bulging in his neck, his eyes burning with a hatred that didn't belong to me. I begged him to listen. I told him the truth, that it wasn't me who forged his signature, drained accounts, destroyed credit, that it was my twin, my mirror image, who wore my face like a mask. But lies dressed as me had already poisoned every ear. And when I tried to speak, no one believed me. Not my mother, not my cousins, not even him, the man who raised me. "You're not welcome in this house anymore." The door slammed. My place in the family vanished with it. We were twins, two sides of one coin. Growing up, she was the charming one, the smile everyone trusted, the laugh that softened storms. I was the quiet one, the shadow. She knew early how to use it. To slip out of trouble, she'd point her finger at me. "It wasn't me, Dad. It was her." And he'd always believe it. I thought it was harmless then, until it wasn't. The first sign came when my bank called a loan in my name, a loan I never took. Then a notice in the mail, an apartment rented under my ID. And when I confronted her, she only smiled, that same sweet smile she'd used since childhood. "Don't be paranoid," she said, with my birthmark staring back at me from her face. But I wasn't paranoid. I was patient. I gathered proof quietly, screenshots of messages, security footage, paper trails that had her fingerprints but my name. I held it close, knowing if I showed my family they'd dismiss it. I needed more than evidence. I needed spectacle. And so when the family reunion was announced, the first in years with everyone attending, I knew that would be the stage, the moment the mask would fall. But revenge couldn't be only truth. It had to be unforgettable. I started with the bank. Quietly, I arranged meetings, clearing my name piece by piece, attaching her identity where mine had been stolen. The law is slow, but paper is permanent. By the time she realized her accounts were frozen, it was too late. Next, I turned her friends. One by one, I let whispers slip, not accusations, just nudges. Strange, isn't it? How she always seems to have cash but no job? How did she afford that car? Doubt spreads like smoke, and when doubt takes root, trust burns. The night of the reunion, I walked in through the back entrance. Eyes followed me. Whispers prickled. They hadn't seen me since the day I was cast out. To them, I was the traitor, the failure, the disgrace. She was already there, glowing in the center of the room, wrapped in the silk of her lies. She wore my name proudly, as if she had killed me and stolen my crown. Dad clapped her shoulder, pride etched across his face. It made me want to burn the house down, but no, fire is quick. I wanted slow. When I rose to speak, silence rippled. The black sheep, the liar. I cleared my throat, holding nothing but a single folder in my hands. "I was told I ruined this family," I began. My voice didn't shake. "Tonight I'll prove who really did," laughter bubbled from her. "Don't start your stories again." Her confidence was her mistake. Then I opened the folder. Screens flashed to life. Documents projected on the screen behind me. Loan applications, apartment leases, bank transfers, all signed with my name but time-stamped with her phone location. Then came the photos, grainy stills of her dressed in my clothes, using my ID, entering places I had never been. Gasps erupted. Murmurs twisted into shouts. And then the final blow. A live recording from the bank officer himself, verifying her fingerprints on the loan paperwork. Her face drained, her smile cracked, and for the first time in my life, she was speechless. Dad staggered to his feet. "Is this true?" His voice broke. She shook her head furiously, pointing at me. "She faked all of this. She's framing me." But nobody believed her because the truth wasn't mine anymore. It was theirs.
They saw it.
They felt it the same way they once turned against me. They turned against her. Her screams followed me as they surrounded her, demanding answers, spitting betrayal. "Liar! Thief! How could you?" She looked at me across the room, eyes wide, begging. But I didn't flinch. I let her drown in the same disbelief I once drowned in. When I walked out of that house, no one tried to stop me this time. No one yelled. No one cursed. They only stared at me with shame carved into their faces. And my father's voice, this time it wasn't thunder. It was a whisper. I'm sorry, too late. I didn't need their apologies. I didn't need their love. All I needed was for her to lose what she stole, her reputation, her family, her power. And I took it back. Justice doesn't come from truth alone. It comes from timing, from patience, from precision. She ruined my name. I ruined her life, and standing outside that house with the